Hello, Americans. This is Podcast versus the World. My name's Cameron L. Abington. How's everybody doing today? Wonderful. I hope your 4th of July was great. Mine was very interesting, to say the least. Um, let's get some stuff out of the way. Hey, we made it to 5,000 on TikTok. Hey, clap. All right. Now we're trying to get to 10 to get it in. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to 10,000. That's the next goal. All right. Podcast versus World is on your all your podcast locations. We're on Spotify, YouTube. We need more people on YouTube. Get us to YouTube. Everybody get to YouTube. Watch the show. Like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. If you see this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of your podcasting locations, you see this, you watch it, you like it. Like and subscribe. Leave me a little message telling me that you watched it. It'd be great. We want to talk about our sponsors. If you see it at the bottom, Doobie Energy Drink, do the Doobie Doo. It's doobie.gg. If you use code Podcast versus the World, get 10% off. Here's mine right there. The one I'm drinking on right now is called Jitterless Energy Blend. It's not bad. It tastes. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know. I've tasted it before, but I can't give a flavor profile on. I'm terrible at that, but it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. You'll be seeing me drink it throughout the podcast, whatever. All right. Now that we got all the good stuff out of the way, the work, what about these Epstein files? Why are they hiding this? I'm asking you. Pam Bondi told us, I think it was in March, the promises made, promises kept, that they were going to, and Donald Trump said it also, if you remember, in an interview with Fox News. He said that he was going to release the files of JFK, MLK, and the Jeffrey Epstein, because everybody wants Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody wants to know who are the nasty bastards running around here, right? Pam Bondi says she had it on her desk and promises made, promises kept. They're gonna release them. They remember they had those right wing YouTubers or whatever come up there and they were sitting there with the fake folders with all the information that was already been out. There's already been information out that says Trump was, I can't remember what number he was, 470 or some shit like that. Um, but they knew. I mean, and so we don't hear no more about it. We found out the YouTubers had a blank folder, no new information. There was no new information in those folders. Okay, we know that. So then we get past that, and then something crazy happens. Elon and Trump have a public breakup. Now, if you don't remember, Elon was mad about the EV, about some stuff. He's mad about the big beautiful bill, which he was right. It's a disaster, but he was mad for different reasons. It didn't hurt him any. I mean, he got extra money, but he didn't like that it was going to hurt the debt. If you believe that's what he was mad about, and he also was really mad about he had chosen somebody to be over NASA. Trump got wind that the guy was he was more Democrat. He only gave money to Democrats. Now that's the story, and Trump didn't like him. Because heaven forbid, just get somebody that can do the effing job, right? Heaven forbid, just do the fucking job. Just do the effing job. Sorry, I mean to cuss. Just do the job, right? And so he dismissed that guy to be over NASA. Okay. Now Elon's fuming, right? Trump done kicked Elon out of office. Elon's pissed. Elon says, isn't it kind of crazy that we haven't heard about the Epstein files? Because Trump's all in them. Something to that effect. You guys remember? You guys can look it up on X. Trump didn't like that. But Trump didn't really say much about it. He just said Elon's a little bit off the rails. He's a little crazy. Can't trust that guy. He's a little crazy. And now, this past weekend, while the big beautiful bill was being signed on 4th of July, during the weekend. I think it was on a Sunday, matter of fact. It comes out from from the FBI and from the Attorney General. There's no files. He had no book. There's nothing there. Now, either Pam Bondi has been robbed, and we need the FBI to investigate this damn thing, or somebody doing some lying for some reason. This doesn't make him look innocent. I mean, just understand what's going on. It doesn't make him look innocent. It makes him look guilty as hell. Okay, we know that he was best buddies with him. We know that. There's video of him. What year was it? Was it in the 80s or some shit like that? They're partying together, dancing around. There's all these women running around, dancing around in the thing, and here comes Epstein coming in, one of his boys, and Trump goes up to him. He does the little goofy Trump dance, and he said, "Boy, she's hot. Look at her." Are you serious? Then Trump comes out later. Oh, I didn't like him. Bullshit. You were friends with him. Bullshit. I call BS. So now what? So now what do we do? So then nobody brings it up. Democrats didn't bring it up when they had the opportunity. I wonder why. There may be some information about Democrats you don't want that they don't want to know out there. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? And I believe they all seen the file. Epstein, I don't care what anybody says. I was listening to this one guy. He was like, "Oh, Epstein didn't kill. Epstein didn't kill himself." And if you're Epstein and you don't like being in jail, wouldn't you take a deal? Wouldn't you say, "Listen, I'll sing like a bird. I'll sing. I'll say whatever you want me to say." I believe he was murdered. I don't believe Cash Patel and what's the other, his deputy or whatever. I don't believe him as far as I could throw him. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't believe him. I don't believe that he killed himself in jail. Now, some people, I mean, this, I was listening to this guy on YouTube and he was like, well, he would have killed himself. He didn't like to be in jail. He was a billionaire or a millionaire. He was a real rich guy. He used to doing what he wants to, being out and about, doing his thing. And I was like, I could buy that. But I could also buy understanding how systems work, that he was going to turn people in. He was going to give up his book. He was going to explain all his code words and this and that and where he hid stuff. And he was going to take a plea deal. And he was going to turn everybody in. And for the good of everybody, Trump included, because you can't, I'm not saying Trump's a pedophile. I'm just saying he's in the logs. He's in the logs. Not saying he's a pedophile. Not saying that. I believe that you're probably fine. If I was guessing from what I've heard, I mean, they said he knew a lot of people. I remember, I think, what was it? Was it Chris Tucker? I think it was Chris Tucker told a story where he flew on Epstein's plane. He said everybody was getting a ride. They said this dude Epstein had a ride. He needed a flight. Epstein had a private plane. He rode with Epstein. I think he was riding to Atlanta or some shit. If I remember the story correct, something like that. That's from Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker didn't say he was on a island. He would be on the log. He would be on a flight log. Doesn't make him a child predator. Doesn't make him a pedophile. Doesn't do none of that. It just means he got a flight from Jeffrey Epstein, and he would be on the flight log. Does it make him a bad guy? Does it make him a pedophile? No, it does not. So I think you can take that one way or the other. But when you cover it up, when you cover shit like this up, now it's an issue. Now you look guilty as sin. You can't tell me that you can't come back from looking from this, from Pam Bondi saying in March, it's on my desk, to over the weekend, it's gone. It never existed. Don't play us for fools. Don't play us for fools. Anybody with common sense in their brain you have to look at it. Why would he do that for? If you're not worried about being in it, if you're not worried about, you know, about you did anything, then why the hell you care for it? Okay, you took a flight with him. Okay, does it make you a pedophile? No, I just told you a story about Chris Tucker. I don't think Chris Tucker's a pedophile just because he was on a plane. But now you look real suspicious, dude. And we need to apply, people need to apply pressure. Elon Musk said he's in the files. Elon Musk said, well, isn't it kind of strange they haven't brought it out? Now, Elon Musk was Trump's buddy. And now we know that Iran, if you didn't know this past weekend, had done, they had hacked our systems. That was a story that hadn't came out. And they got a bunch of emails willing to sell it. So they might just bring it out. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what the emails have. What do they have? What do they know? I'd like to know. Wouldn't you like to know? I'd like to know. I'd like to find out what's on those emails. Me personally, I would love to find out what is on those emails. You um, that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. My opinion. I would love to know. Um, I'm getting the camera set up. We're about to do a live here in a minute about the Epstein Files. So I'm just kind of getting everything kind of put up. I'm just going to talk about that tonight. Um, Somebody's got to account for this. Somebody's lying. Somebody's telling the truth. Somebody's lying. Somebody's telling the truth. That's the whole point. Files just don't disappear. And you look guilty as sin instead of just coming out saying, hey, listen, we partied a little. I mean, he could easily come out and say, it's kind of like with the Sean Puffy Combs thing. Many, many people went to Sean Puffy Combs' house for parties, but not everybody went to the freak off. You get what I'm saying? Not everybody went to the damn freak off, but many people. He was known to have big, they call white parties in the Hamptons and had all these big parties. People, it doesn't mean that they were part of the freak off. Just like if he could be friends with Jeffrey Epstein, don't make him a pedophile. My lord. So that's where we're at today. Just a little short one. This little short podcast today. A little short home. We got 13 minutes, about 15. 15 we'll get out of here. Um, don't forget Podcast versus the World. If you want to email me, it's podcast versus the world 76 at gmail.com. That's a easy way to get a hold of me. If you ask any questions of my videos, on my videos, just hey, I'll write you back. I try to answer anything you guys want to talk about. You leave a comment on my TikToks or something like that. I don't mind sitting here writing you back. Or it might, if I get enough of them, we'll do a mailbag. We'll just sit and we'll do a mailbag and we'll just go through all of them. I have no problem with that. Don't forget Doobie Energy Drink. Doobie Energy Drink. Doobie Energy Drink. Do the doobie do. Doobie.gg to get to their website. If you use the code podcast versus the world, you'll get 10% off. It's good stuff. I've been sitting here drinking it. I enjoy it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I'm not a big energy drink person. I'm not a big, not big on myself. I'm trying just looking over everything. All right. But where are the files? Somebody got to tell us where these files are at. You look hella guilty when you pulled the shit this weekend. That's all I got to say. It looks hella guilty. Yeah, looks hella guilty, man. And I don't know why he did it. I don't know. Is there something that now you have to ask the question? Is there something extra? And we had a lot of stuff going on this week. We got the new American Party that Elon's doing. I don't know how much that's going to come of that. I think nothing personally, but you never know. You never know. Um, that's all I got for you today. We'll do another podcast maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. This will be out tonight. Don't forget Doobie Energy Drink. You see the little symbol I point to right up there. That's the Doobie Energy's their mascot, I guess, or whatever. You see Podcast versus the World behind me. Um, Doobie Energy, man. Doobie.gg. Use the code Podcast versus the World. Get 10% off your order. It helps the podcast. It helps us get some money for the pod, keeps it going. So we appreciate any order you guys want to do. Like I said, the one I'm drinking today, Jitterless Energy Blend, and I like it. It's not bad at all. It really isn't. It's really not bad at all. I like it. Um, so maybe we'll get more information about this little Epstein file stuff, which I find very interesting. I find it interesting that our man Elon said it that he's all in it. He said basically use your common sense, don't be stupid. Basically what Elon said. I just find it very interesting. All right, so we'll do another podcast. We'll catch you later. May God bless you all. Stay up. Keep your head up. It's gonna get better. I know we've had some weird things happen. Some things have been going on in the country. Didn't talk about it today, but just keep your head up. Keep your head up. All right. Abington out.